my name is Jessica Moreno. Currently 23 years old. My family is just my husband and I, and we have 5 dogs. We love animals, and I love art and drawing and everything that has to do with creativity. I also like um, cake decorating and things like that. Everything that has to do with creativity and creating stuff and doing stuff, I like. Um, I have to say that before entering this bachelor's, I had no idea how to be a leader or a manager or like be the leader of a group or manage people. So it was pretty interesting to get to learn how to do stuff like that. One of the things that I really liked about is or like that really stick with me was the definition of leadership or what a leader is. Um, Before I thought that a leader was just somebody that people will follow, but now I know that a leader is somebody that inspires people to be better, somebody that people look up to, and people want to be that person. So I would like to be that. I would like to be a leader, and in the future, I would like to be somebody that inspires others to be the best that they can be, or like inspired to be for them to be better. So I think that's one of the things that I really would that would be one of my goals if I become a leader in the future. I would like to be that. I would like to achieve that. Um, I have to say that in this past few months, I have learned a lot of things, and it was pretty interesting. Things that I wouldn't know or like found out by myself. It was nice having an environment to learn other stuff like this. And about my plans for the future, I would like to maybe work in SCC. I currently work there. I have been working there for 5 years already, and next week actually is my last week of work. So it's gonna be sad because I have worked there for 5 years. So leaving is gonna be sad. So, but hopefully when they're gonna open new offices, they're gonna be more positions, so I will be able to apply there and maybe get a job there as a specialist or an office for an office. Um, um, about my artifacts, I'm looking at them right now, and that one for organizational leadership, it was about a CEO that thought that people that were under 30 years old um, were concentrating or self-absorbed on themselves and concentrate only on self social media and like just about themselves. And he would only hire people that were older in age, and we have to come up with a reason why diversity was important in the workplace. So diversity in the workplace, it's really important because it provides more opinions. It opens more doors like in the market and things like that. Like you have more to choose from when you have a problem or things like that. So it's pretty good to have diversity in the workplace. For data driven decision making, one, we had a workbook. This workbook, it was basically already done for us. We had to just fill in the blanks, but it was interesting. I made it about staff development. Um, and how I thought that would help the company. So I came up with the idea for to have staff development in the company, to have like meetings and trainings and also letters to inform the employees how the company has been progressing and things like that. So it was pretty interesting to see how in the future I can like promote that in my employees of like self staff development. So for like I have some idea on how to do that already. For data driven decision making too, it was a memo, and in that memo we had to address some data of a company, and like we had to graphs and data and sales and things like that of the company, and we had to evaluate that and tell the company how they could improve. So that was pretty interesting. It was more like hands-on in project, and so it was nice to be able to evaluate data. And for behavioral ethics leadership one, um, I currently lost my paper, so you told me to do a new one, and because we couldn't get a hold of the professor, and the hypothesis or the topic that you gave me, not the hypothesis, the topic that you gave me was, is there a relationship between organizational ethics and profitable organization? And yes, my response was yes, there is a relationship between both of them. Ethics is the fundamentals of organizational success. If you're ethical in everything, uh, you're gonna be successful. Um, behavioral ethics leadership 2. This was a case study of the Southwest Airlines and how it was like analysis of how the company operates and how or why they're successful, and they're really successful, and they hire employees and things like that. So in the trainings, and they mentor its employees, and they really want their employees to be really successful, and so they're really good with that. It's a really good company. In management 31, it was a paper to like describe or implement the four functions of management into a business situation. So that was nice because you get to see how every um, function would apply to a business, and the same things goes to management 32. This was pertaining Google, and it was implementing the four functions of management. Actually, doing that assignment, I learned a lot about Google. Actually, it's a really good company, and a lot of people like to work there. It's a really fun environment. And also Amazon. And Amazon, that was my favorite because you get to take your puppies to work. So that was nice. And maybe in the future, if I have a company, and I might implement that to take your puppy to work or something like that. Like this little guy that is right here. Um, and overall, I really enjoyed all the artifacts, and I learned a lot from them. Um, for the Capstone 2 final project, um, I made my research, or my hypothesis was, if there was a relationship between strategic planning and organizational success. And I applied those two concepts to Claire's, and how if they would have implemented or like used strategic planning before, like they would be successful in the organization. And right now they're filing for bankruptcy. I don't. They sold some of the stores to a private company, and maybe that way they think that they can come back, and like that way help. It would help them come back from the bankruptcy and the debt that they have. They're also under new management. So in other companies, I have seen that when they're failing and they change to a new manager, and they really like come back. They really come back out of that. So um, I also enjoy doing the website. It was pretty interesting on learning how to do everything like that, and the YouTube video. I believe this is the second or third time I do one for a class, so it was nice too. Overall, I learned a lot, and thank you for everything. Thank you for being so patient with me and so understanding with everything that went uh, with with my family, that happened with my family. So thank you a lot, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.